queue to Barcelona.
Welcome to Skip the Queue, the podcast about the world's best attractions and the people that work in them. I'm your host, Paul Marden, and with my co-host Andy Povey and roving reporter Claire Furnival, we're here at IAAPA Expo Europe. In today's episode, I go on a trip on Santa's Enchanted Elevator with the seasonal group, and Claire meets Peter Cliff from Conductor. But before all that, let's head over to Andy.
Good morning, everybody, and I'm joined today by Jérôme Giacomoni from Aerophile, or Aerophile, for our French listeners. I hope I've got that right. Jérôme is the chief exec of Aerophile and has been the co-founder and president of Aerophile. And Aerophile supply helium-based balloon observation opportunities. Probably got the marketing on that completely wrong, Jérôme. So please, can you share with our listeners what Aerophile is all about?
So Aerophile is a company I created with Mathieu Gobi, my partner, 32 years ago, with a very simple idea: make everybody fly, and we use a balloon to fly. So we have a tethered balloon. We have a huge, big balloon inflated with helium, a gas lighter than air, and we go up to more or less 150 meters high, up to 30 passengers. So we are linked to the ground with a cable, and the cable is linked to a winch. So you have to imagine that you have a winch that brake when we go up and pull when we go down. This is the exact opposite of an elevator, because the balloon wants to go higher and higher. We have a lifting force of 4 tons. And
wow.
So we need, yes, it's a big one. And so we need a cable to keep it. And thanks to this lifting force, we can fight against the wind. And so the balloon can swing when you have some wind, because the balloon is just pulled by the cable itself.
And trust me, listeners, they look absolutely spectacular. Just before we started recording, I was admitting to Jérôme that I'm scared of heights. So I've stood and watched the dining balloon and Futuroscope, but never managed to pluck up the courage to try it myself.
So this is another concept, Andy. So we have built 2 concepts. One is a tethered balloon, a real one with helium, with a cable, with a winch, and we fly by ourselves. The balloon fly by itself. Okay. We did another concept 20 years after we create our company, so 10 years before now, in 2013, which is what we call the Aerobar. It's a flying bar, and you have an inflatable balloon to cover the gondola, but it's a fake. It's the balloon. This is a real elevator, and you have a gondola with some winches and a metallic structure, and you go up and down. So the one you saw in Futuroscope is not a balloon; it's a real elevator. And the one you can see in Disneyland Paris, Disney World, Orlando, or San Diego Zoo are a real balloon named a tethered balloon. So I'm glad you fall down into the trick.
You got me.
Yes, I'm glad about that. But we have really 2 different concepts.
But the concept, the thing that the guest is experiencing isn't really related to whether it's a balloon or a lift.
No, I think it's very different. Okay. I think the Aerobar is fun, and you have the feet in the sky. You feel the thrill of height and everything, but you stop at 35 meters. It's quite high for a ride, but it's not a real flight. And I think the balloon is a real flight. We have a balloon in Paris, we have a balloon in Budapest, Berlin, and you see the city from the sky at 150 meters high, which is very high. So you really experience a flight. With the Aerobar, you have a ride. Okay. So I think it's both of them are related to the sky, are related to the view, but one is really a flight. The other one is really a ride.
That makes absolute sense. It doesn't reassure me on my fear of heights anymore, that I would like to go up 3 times, 4 times higher than the one I saw first. Very interesting. So, listeners, we're often talking about technology and attractions. There's a huge amount of talk about augmented reality, about AI, about motion simulators. The reason, Jerome, we asked you to come and talk to us is because you don't do any of that.
No.
Your experience is fantastic and it's new and it's unique, but there's no technology, or very little obvious technology.
Yes, quite little. It's amazing because we do this for now 32 years, as I told you. The first balloon was inflated in 1994. We have sold 120 balloons in more than 40 countries. And each time with the balloon, you have a magical effect, because the balloon itself is very nice, because the balloon itself is a show from people looking at it from the ground, and because the flight experience is amazing, because you are really in the sky, you are really looking at the ground, at the landscape. You have no noise. When you take an helicopter or plane, you have a lot of noise. You are in a enclosed airplane or helicopter. Here you are outside. You are on a balcony flying at 150 meters, and wherever we are, always we have like a magical effect of the flight. And with the flying bar, we decided to do something different, where we say, why drinking on ground where you can drink in the sky? So we add the drink to the ride, So you are on a table and you have what we say in French, conviviality. So we share a drink. We go at 35 meters and you have the thrill of the view of the height, and also the conviviality of drinking. So this is another concept, but both of them are universal. And wherever we do it, we have sold 20 Aerobar worldwide. Everybody are very happy to have this kind of rides. I would say we are on the side of the main market. We have two niche products. The balloon is a niche product and the Aerobar is a niche product, where we have another experience that a normal ride, like a roller coaster or a flume or a spinning coaster.
That's very interesting. And you say you're a niche product, but the balloon in Paris for the Olympics, where you lifted the cauldron, that had phenomenal numbers of visitors watching. That wasn't something you could go on.
Yes, it was an amazing opportunity. Sometimes life give you some present, and imagine that we were contacted by the Olympic organization committee one day, and we believed it was a joke. And they say, we need to talk to you. And then we discover that instead of flying humans, they ask us to fly a cauldron. So the Olympic cauldron. And we have like a 1 year and a half of design and manufacturing. And then at front of 1.5 billion people, at 11 p.m. 25, the balloon has to fly in front of everybody. And I can tell you it was a very stressful time, but so nice and so amazing to have experiences. So yes, the balloon suddenly was visible by everybody.
Yeah, and that's back now in Paris, isn't it?
Yes. Okay. First of all, the balloon has to stay only twice 15 days. You have the Olympics and the Paralympics. So we were open only 30 days in total. And the success was so huge that every night you have dozens of thousands people coming to look at it, that the mayor of Paris and the French president decided to keep it. And just after the deflation of the balloon, they call us back and say, Jérôme and Mathieu, we would like to have the balloon back. And so we work again with the city of Paris, with the French presidency, and we agreed to put the balloon 3 times, 3 months. So from June 21st, in France, this is a music event, the day of music, to September 14th, which is a day of sport. So every year until the Olympic game of LA, we will operate the balloon for 3 months in the summertime.
Fantastic. So, Jerome, you operate in lots and lots of different countries all over the world. I think it's 40 countries that you've been.
No, we sold, but we operate only in the US and in France.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. We operate ourselves 6 balloons on the 120 we have sold. So we operate 3 in Paris region, 1 the Parc André Citroën, where we have the Generali balloon since 1999, 1 in Disneyland Paris since 2005. So we are in Disneyland Paris for now 20 years. Time is flying. And the last one, the cauldron, which is a very specific event that we operate now for 1 year and for the next 2 years. In the US, we operate in Disneyland, in Disney World Orlando, in Disney Spring since 2009, and San Diego Zoo Safari Park since 2005, and Irvine, south of LA, since 2007. So we operate now 6 balloons for a long time, except the cauldron, and we keep selling balloon. We sell more or less 5 to 6 balloons every year.
And how do you find the differences between the French culture and you're on either side of America? So the differences between the different coasts of America and France.
Yes, we are in the US, but we are also in Mexico, in a lot of countries in Asia, in Middle East. We have a beautiful balloon in Dubai. We have a beautiful balloon in Seoul. So we work a lot with very different cultures, and it's very interesting to sell the same product to different culture. So I would say the main difference probably is when you contract. It's very funny when you actually contract. I would say a yes is not the same yes depending of the culture, but everybody is, you love people when you work worldwide. You learn a lot, you discover a lot, you have to learn with different culture. And I have the chance in my professional life to experience that and to meet people from all over the world. And my job is to go on site and discuss with someone and see if it's possible or not to have a balloon at this place. So it's always a beautiful job because I travel in a lot of countries in beautiful spots. We don't succeed a lot because if not, I would have sold thousands of balloons. We have always constraints with local authority, with food traffic, etc. But always it's a pleasure to meet people. And once the balloon is accepted by the local authority, when the customer has a finance for it, then start a more or less a 1 year work together between installation, work on site and inflation and training of the team. And after, they fly with their own wings, even if we have no wings with our balloon.
Very good. And I imagine that you don't put balloons into ugly places.
We did sometimes for specific contract. Ugly, I won't use this name, but not very obvious logical site, but it has happened. And sometimes we do for small event or for specific needs. But yes, most of the time the sites are very interesting.
So there are other things you're doing with the balloons. So the air quality messaging that you have above Paris. Tell us more about those, your opportunity to influence in other areas.
Yes, the balloon is not only a passenger ride, but it's also an amazing opportunity for communication and for advertisement. So in the city center, like Paris, Berlin, or Seoul, the balloon is used also as a giant advertising billboard. So you have two revenue. You have the revenue of the passenger, but you have also the sponsor revenue. So when we start the balloon in Paris, it was extremely difficult to get the authorization to have a balloon in Paris center. We are like 2 kilometers south of the Eiffel Tower. But you remember we had the famous Millennium, the Y2 key. And so the mayor of Paris was looking for a new idea, and we proposed a balloon, and they gave us only a 1 year and a half contract. And the investment was quite huge. And we told him, okay, we can do it, but we cannot do it for only 1 year and a half. Except if you accept that we have a name on the balloon, a naming and a sponsor on the balloon. And the mayor said yes. And we start another business where we put sponsor on the balloon. And this is a very good business because it makes the activity immediately profitable. So we did that in Paris in 1999. And in 2008, the balloon was like 10 years old, because when you fly, the balloon is huge. We talk about a 32 meters high balloon. We talk about like a 12-story building. So everybody knows the balloon in Paris. Everybody can see. And so when we fly, we have 400,000 people who immediately see us. So we decided to give citizen aspect to the balloon, and we start to change the color of the balloon depending on the air quality. Okay, that was in 2008. And because we did that, we have some scientists coming to us and say, hey, this balloon is a wonderful platform to measure air quality, because you make like a carrot of the air from 0 to 150 meters. Can we bring some scientist instrument on the gondola? And we say yes. And then we start to make science. And then we start to make scientific publication. And then we start a new business where the balloon is not only a tethered gas balloon for passenger, it's only advertising billboard, and now it's only a scientific platform. And so this is very interesting. And the last things we have done in 2024, this year in 2025, is to use the balloon for the global climate change. As you know, we have two main gas pollutants for the climate change, CO2 and CH4. And the balloon is a perfect platform to measure evolution on CO2 and CH4. So we are working with a European group named ICOS, gathering all the best laboratory in Europe, who are making a huge study on how CO2 and CH4, how they are in each city. And Paris has been chosen as a pilot city. So we are very glad to work with them. And so now the balloon is also working on climate change. And we will have big LED screen. So we make some technology sometime, as you said, to inform people on the temperature elevation in Europe and in the world. And the news are very bad, as everybody knows.
But that's fascinating. I love the integration you've been able to take from this unique proposition and apply to different markets and different problems.
Andy, I think we have to exit from the box. My message to all people who are listening to us, okay, passenger rides is very important. It's a key market of a lot of us. But sometimes we can use another way to find new flow of revenue, like advertising, and we can be also helpful to our other citizens, like working freely for scientists to make measurement on pollutants of the air for both air quality and also climate change.
It's a beautiful concept, Jérôme. I love it. Love it. So, final question. Your experiences are obviously very unique. What advice would you have for a venue, and possibly a smaller venue that doesn't have the resource to be able to build something 150 meters high or put something 150 meters into the air? What advice would you give them on how to make a compelling experience for visitors?
I really believe that you have to stick on your roots. Okay, I mean that people want authenticity, and as you know, we are very keen on balloons, as you can imagine. So we make in our Paris. It's in Paris where you have the first flight.
Yeah.
In 1783.
Montgolfier brothers.
Yes, with the Montgolfier brother, with Charles, the scientist. So we really stick on our roots. And I think where you are in Brittany, where you are in Japan, you have to follow your own road and your own path by feeling what could be the good idea, but also what is your feeling inside you. You need to have something different that you feel very confident with.
Beautiful final thought, Jerome. I like it a lot. So, listeners, stay authentic and be passionate.
Exactly. The right word is passionate.
Next up, let's get some sound bites from the show floor.
My name's Rihanna. I'm Marketing and Creative Director for the Seasonal Group. We are curators of Christmas magic all year round. Yes.
Wow. So you make Christmas special?
We're the Christmas elves.
Oh,
yeah, we do.
Awesome. I can see you've got such a great set of stands. What have you got here that you're exhibiting for the first time?
We have Santa's Enchanted Express, which is a 3-minute experience that transports customers and guests from a very festive train station to the North Pole in just under 3 minutes. So It's quite a Christmas miracle. And it also transports on 9 pallets. So it's great return on investment for customers there if it's 24 people on. We also have our elevator experience, which went viral last year. And then we have VR, animatronics, and a lot of our famous items like the snowman here, just dressed as a little it's some sort of operator.
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't have a lot of luck with lifts at the moment because the team got stuck in a lift yesterday for about 45 minutes. We got rescued by I didn't get in the lift. I walked because there wasn't enough room, but 2 of them had to be rescued by the fire brigade.
Okay, so this might be triggering.
Well, oh no, I found it hilarious. I was hugely supportive on the outside, yelling into them, but Santa won't let me get stuck in a lift today,
Absolutely
will he?
not. No, there's an emergency exit.
Excellent. So what's new and innovative then about the Santa Express? What are you bringing to market?
So a lot of our clients, we sell business to business. They're struggling to get people into shopping centres, and we're finding that we need to create retail theatre. So that is something I see as a massive trend moving forward. People want nostalgia. They want an experience, something memorable. But also our customers need a way to return investment as well. So they hopefully will spend something with us and then ticket the experience. So that's something that we're pivoting our business towards, trying to create a brand new experience every year. A lot of people are struggling nowadays, cost of living.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's difficult, so we're trying to find a way that brings the Christmas magic to people's doors.
We are, where are we at the moment? We're September, so we've still got a couple of months left before Christmas 2025, but that must be over for you.
No, the quality of streets on the shelves, it's already happening. So in-store season starts literally on Monday for us.
Really?
Yes. When we get back, we land and then we start installing.
And so this is the busy time. So let's talk about Christmas 2026.
Yeah.
What are the trends that you see coming along at that point?
Whimsical. So we've got Wicked #2 coming out.
Wow.
And we've also had all like the Whoville, that sort of style, the Grinch.
Yeah.
So imagine pastels, fairy trees, things that don't quite make sense. A lot of whimsical wonderland, I would say, trend-wise. But equally immersive experiences and how we can bring magic to you.
Wonderful. Thank you ever so much, Rihanna. It's been lovely to meet you. Thank you for coming on the podcast. And let's go and visit Santa in his lift, shall we?
Yeah.
Excellent. And here it is. Oh wow! So we are surrounded by suites in an old-fashioned lift, and there's our doors closed. Oh, how amazing is this? We're going up. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Great Glass Elevator. This is amazing. We're up over the clouds. Just stunning. There's a train there. I think we're going to follow into the tunnel after the train. Yes. It's got cold, now we're underground. Now we're in the tunnel. And I think this might be Santa's factory. Oh, let's get ready.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, yay! The big man's chair as well. Can I take a seat in the big man's chair? Ho, ho, ho.
Hi Paul, my name is Şöhret Pakis. I'm the brand ambassador for Pauline Water Parks.
What are you launching this year at IAAPA? What's new for you?
Last year we have won 2 big awards for a themed water slide, which is Stingray. It was in Nantes in France, and it was something big because it was like European's best water slide #1, and IAAPA Brass Ring Award winner, about 2 million #1. But last night in Portaventura, Stingray has won the second time Best Water Slide of Europe award. But we have something new about it. Last year when I was telling about Stingray, it was an 8-person slide. This year we have something new. Now the capacity went up to 10, especially when we're talking about all these queue management issues. So that's something wonderful. And also, you asked what is new. This year we have something very exciting, a parrot-themed Stingray. It's the same slide, but it's parrot-themed. It's coming to Dubai by January. It's going to be open.
So can I ask you, what makes that innovative? What's new about that?
Actually, it's a very specifically themed water slide. You know that Pauline has been pioneer in RTM manufacturing and U-texture. It's kind of a composites material technologies which we can make water slides look like a character. Actually, we're the company who did this first because we said that storytelling is very important, yes. But slides are just slides. So we just wanted the slides look like the characters in that stories. But of course, behind that, there's huge material technology, composites technology, design technologies. Actually, that's the time when we introduced King Cobra years ago. And now with Stingray, we took it much further. So actually the theme looks perfectly like a Stingray, but at the same time it's a water slide with so many features. It has 2 big towers, and between the towers there's a bridge. From each tower, 2 slides start with a very special mist roofing and very special bridge where you can just see what's happening all over the slide.
So the queuing experience is enriched, so it doesn't feel quite so long and boring because you can watch what everyone is doing.
It is, yes.
That's super impressive. So we have been asking everybody to think about what are their predictions for 2026?
Everybody's talking about AI.
Of course.
Everybody is talking about immersive. So AI, of course, will make a huge difference in operation especially.
In what way?
Actually, in guest satisfaction, because personalization is very important in our industry. Whoever comes to the park, they are the heroes at the park. And so actually, if the park can make them feel that they are the heroes truly, if that's their birthday, if that's their wedding anniversary, so whatever. So if the park can make you feel that you're special, and thanks to technology, now it's possible.
Absolutely, that's so interesting. Thank you so much for your insights and for joining us on Skip the Queue. Thank you.
I'm Thomas, I'm from Vex Solutions, so we are a VR company at the start, and now we're going to the arcade with mixed reality as well.
Okay, so that's a nice link. What are you launching here at IAAPA?
So here for the first time we are introducing Vex Party Dash.
Okay.
The Party Dash is a mixed reality arcade machine, so automated, people can go on it, play on it. You have 2 huge screens that are really highly interactive. You can walk on the screen, you can touch the screen. The goal is really to make you moving. So that's what we want to do with the Dash.
That's amazing, isn't it? So we're watching people at the moment. You can see lights up on the floor that they're stepping on and on the wall.
What is really the key aspect of this product is that it's highly attractive. People, they just go around, they stop by it, they want to try it, actually, we can say, hey, come and try it, because we watch you, we see you. So we can say, hey, come and try it. And people stop by, they play it. It's highly immersive, but also highly active.
Yes.
You're just not standing on an arcade, sitting down. No, you're really moving around. So really good for kids, families.
Absolutely.
That's what we see.
So where do you see this being used? What sort of attractions will take this?
Actually, with this product, it can go either in the attraction side or either at the arcade side.
Okay.
So you can play it as a one game. So you can play a 3-minute game like an arcade, or you can actually book for 15 minutes. Since there is not a single game but multiple games, you can play different games. You can play different level inside the main gate. So you have a high replayability, because we want you to come back. We want to attract the gamers and then making them come back.
Yeah. 15 minutes with this much activity sounds like quite a tall order.
It's a workout. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Pete Cliff. I'm from Conductor. We're here in Barcelona, and it's so exciting to be back at IAAPA. Now, what we're super excited about this year is talking about our collaboration with Norwegian Cruise Lines on Great Stirrup Quay. It's their new water park. It's a great project. We're excited to talk to people about it. It's also lovely to be back in Barcelona. It's been, I think, about 6 years since we were last back here, and it's always one of my favourite European cities for IAAPA. It's great to meet with people from the industry, reconnect with old colleagues and friends, and really see what's happening. There's a huge amount of innovation and special projects that are launching all over the show floor. So yeah, great to be back, and can't wait to see what the future of the themed entertainment industry has to offer.
My name is Laura Baxter. You may know me as the girl with the purple jumpsuit on LinkedIn. I am the head of marketing for Black Gang Shine, but have most recently just announced that I've gone into freelancing and I've launched Your CMO.
And I have to say, the jumpsuits work, because I was about 50 metres behind you earlier on, and I spotted the Your CMO logo on the back of the jumpsuit, so well done for that. We've talked to a lot of suppliers with stands that are exhibiting, and from your perspective, this is your first time stepping over to the dark side and coming to an IAAPA. What's the experience like for you? What are you here to get out of the show?
I'd say it's twofold. Mainly it is for networking. Obviously anyone in the industry is here, but also it's inspiration, because I want to be able to talk about new and exciting stuff with potential clients that I may have, and ideas still for Black Gang as well. So when you walk around show floor like this, which is just so vibrant and there's so much going on, everywhere you turn you can draw inspiration from so many of the suppliers here.
What have you seen that's innovative?
There's a huge amount of stuff being done with tech, and it's very interesting, because I think that's where a lot of people are going to think that they need to go, because that's the way of the world now, and the next generation don't know life off of a screen, and they're expecting to have these incredible digital experiences. I'm not convinced that is the way to go, but yes, it's still impressive tech. So for me, there are things that I stand back at and look at and I'm like, whoa, that's really, really cool. I'm not so sure it's potentially what consumers want though, controversial.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because as a parent of young kids, you want them off the tech as much as you possibly can, but you need a hook to be able to attract them, don't you? So there's been some amazing stuff here that bridges that gap between the real world and the tech world. So summer season 2025 is over. What are your predictions about summer 26 and what operators should be thinking about right now?
It's a really tough market. We all know that. Budgets are tight for households, so there is an awful lot more thought going into their spending and what they're doing and where they're choosing to take that little bit of disposable money that they do have. Therefore, actually, I don't think next year operators should be thinking about huge innovations or new attractions. I think they need to strip back to basics and nail their customer service. I think guest expectations now are so high because they're parting with money that is a little bit more precious to them than perhaps if they don't leave at the end of that day having had a good experience. They feel ripped off. They're going to go straight to your review platforms. They're going to let it all out. And actually, you need to be focusing on making sure that every single touch point with that customer is bang on. And we're talking pre-visit as well, from your website journey to buying it, to the follow-up emails, to the pre-visit emails, to that first person they meet on front of house, to the ride operators, to the events team if you have that kind of entertainment on park. If you are not nailing your experience, you are going to lose out.
Well, I think we should end it right there. That there is a nugget of gold. So, I am here with co-host Andy Povey and our good friend Josh Hayward from Creeley down in Devon.
Hello.
It's the end of day 2. What have you seen, Josh? What's blown your socks off?
Good couple of days so far. We're probably into 40,000 steps, which is great. I think technology is the thing that struck me this week so far. Just small changes that some of the operators and some of the manufacturers are putting into their existing kit. So, for example, I attended a seminar this morning about bowling, and normally 10-pin bowling is 10-pin bowling.
Yeah.
Now there's augmented reality, and they've got features on the lanes, and it's not about just taking all the pins down, it's taking pin 1 and 6 out, and all those things they're trying to do to reinvent older, more traditional attractions, which I find really interesting.
Yep.
I think some of the seasonality stuff, the Christmas and the Halloween stuff, has been really good. We sat on a train and went on a journey, and the seats rumbled, and the sound and the visual effects, they were great.
I saw that. There was no room for me to go and sit on that train.
It was amazing.
I was gutted.
I thought that was really good, and I've been really impressed with generally the show. I think you can get around it all as well.
Yeah.
It feels really friendly. I think the sun shining always helps as well.
It's
when you're
not too tough, is it?
Yeah.
And, I mean, the last time we were in Barcelona, we were all wearing face masks still.
Absolutely, yes.
So it's really refreshing to be back here and not have that.
Absolutely, and not have to queue to get in as well. I think that was interesting on the first day. So that was.
Oh, did they see you and then just wave you through?
Red carpet was out for, of course, award-winning theme park and resort. Yes,
Mr. Hayward.
Yeah. Did you say award-winning? And obviously you're on the back of your 2 awards in the theme park awards last week.
How was that?
And then we got some really exciting news from Creeley. I saw hit the press this morning.
Yes, so a couple of things happened last week. So first of all, we had our anniversary, 25 years of Maximus the coaster, so the Tacoma coaster, 25
first
years.
coaster in Devon.
It was Devon's first coaster. Over 500,000 riders later, it's done 2 million miles around the track. It's great. So we did a sort of event for that, and we used that to sort of make some announcements about future attractions, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But then we went to the Theme Park Awards last week at Wixty Park, where we've been the recipient of a few bronze and silvers, and we go being little old us and hope for the best. And then the award I really wanted to win was one of 2, the best for families and the best for value. And when the family award came up, they said in bronze is such and such, in silver is, and I was, well, there you go, that's all that over for another year. And then when they said the winner gold was Creeley for best for families, we were delighted. I got a bit emotional about it. I think we would just work so hard over the years to be the best in the Southwest, certainly, and certainly since we put Sooty Land in as well. We won the award for toddlers, so it was a double whammy, and within 10 minutes as well. It weren't separated. Within 10 minutes, I just got me breath back from the first one, and then we were up on stage again taking that second award.
Oh, it's tough,
which was
isn't
great,
it?
yeah. And also
multi-award
winning theme park and resort, Devon's finest, most rides in Devon. We're just going to absolutely bleat the hell out of this for the next 12 months, because who knows, we may not win it again. So we'll just shout from the treetops about this. And then we also won, thanks to Martin Rose and Rose Events, silver for best entertainment event for the Sooty Show, because it's still very popular. The legacy brand, people love the Sooty Show, and as I said at the awards, we sell loads of those puppets. People love a Sooty and a sweep, so it's been a really good collaboration for us.
We were at our first away day for our Merak team back a few months ago down at Creeley, and I found a little Sooty puppet underneath the lectern. I was absolutely chuffed to bits, and there he was, just sat at the front of the away day watching everything going on with Sue next to him.
He's still popular. No, he's such a, we understood when we put Sooty Land in, it wasn't going to be Peppa Pig World, and we didn't think for a minute we'd even sort of get to those heights of Thomas Land at Drayton Manor, but it certainly hit a chord with the older market, certainly the nannies and the granddads who remember Sooty from when they were kids, and it's a legacy brand and it works. But what we have done really well is sort of corner that market for younger children and toddlers, and we sort of took some comments over the last 12 to 18 months that we may be missing the mark when it comes to the 8 to 12 year olds, which we were pretty good at 5 or 6 years ago. So we've decided this year that we're going to invest in some thrill attractions. So we've just launched news that we've got 2 new rides going in next year. One, I can't tell you exactly because we're still got some planning issues, but we're going to have the Southwest tallest ride and the Southwest first inverted ride. So,
wow.
So a multi-million-pound investment going in, and hopefully that will give us the boost that we need to kick on again. We've still got new accommodation going in. We'll still be doing new events and shows for next year. So it's going to be a bumper year for Creeley.
Excellent.
Absolutely fantastic. I really look forward to that.
Yeah, we're excited.
I look forward to you being on the launch ride. Me down on the ground watching and videoing.
Well, what they have said, which is really interesting, we've spoke to an operator. There's only one other ride like it in the UK. And that operator said, whatever you do, make sure when you put the ride in, you fit a hose pipe and a tap, because you may be washing the seats down more than you would usually on your current ride. So it certainly will add that next level of ride experience to our family market.
Yeah, I think that's super important, isn't it? Mr. Povey, what have you seen today that has blown your socks off?
I'm really looking for the place to go and get some more soft, comfortable socks. I've walked so much. I've stood around and listened to so many fantastic talks, had so many brilliant conversations. I'm done. My feet hurt. I need to sit down and have a beer.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but there's another day left and there's still more interviews to do, still more opportunities for us to get some interesting stories on Skip the Queue.
Look forward to that.
Gentlemen, I think we're about done, so thank you ever so much. It has been a joy, and Mr. Povey, see you back here tomorrow. Josh, wonderful as always.
Maybe see you at Creeley or Orlando.
Oh!
Absolutely, yeah, we'll do it again.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you liked it, leave a comment in Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you didn't, let us know on hello@skipthequeue.fm. Today's episode was a team effort for Sammy and Emily from Plaster, Steve from Foll & Co, as well as Claire and Wenlin from Skip the Queue HQ. We're back again tomorrow for more fun from IAAPA, including Andreas Andersen from Liseberg, one of Scandinavia's most visited parks. See you all tomorrow.